Alright, I posted some videos about working on the Rambler here, grinding out the trunk lid a bit, and I use the word grinding kind of loosely. I wasn't really using a grinder. I mean, I was using an angle grinder, but I had a sander attachment. My dad had sent me with a wire brush attachment, and the wire was this long. I think he was going to give me the newer one, and I grabbed the older one by mistake. But anyway, what I was using, this is a 36 grit sandpaper, and I just had this on here as a backer plate. This is the cutting disc that he sent with me, and I just used that as a backing plate to kind of hold that hole there, and that worked okay. I went and took the stuff that I bought for the DeWalt back to Lowe's. And I looked around for Makita stuff there, and I guess they're just anti-Makita. So anyway, I went to Home Depot, and I found a nice grinding wheel here. This actually fits snug. You see that? It fits like it's supposed to. It's got a little indentation there. It'll work nice. And I can use my little safety doohickey, so that way y'all ain't worried about me grinding these beautiful knuckles off. So anyway, I also picked up this thing here. I'm going to give this a shot. The Diablo Steel Demon Grinding and Polishing Flap Disc. If you see here, see it's got flaps that spin around, and as it spins around, I guess it buffs it out. It's got pictures on here of it grinding and buffing. And I'm going to give that a shot. It's a 60 grit, a little finer grit. I'll probably use that to remove some paint. Kind of what I wanted to do here was, on this car, on the trunk lid, I had some raised spots here that I wanted to dig out and find out what was going on. And now I'm looking in it, I can see some rust and pulling away the metal. And that may be an opportunity for me to weld a little, or I may just Bondo that up and paint over it. The main thing was it was mounded up, kind of like a little line of volcano stuff. And I had this over here on the trunk lid. There were several spots on the trunk lid, but here's an example. See where it just looks like it's falling apart? When I've had that back here and I've ground under it, I've seen spots where there's rust on the metal. It's like it was rusty and they bonded over it. I think there was an actual dent here. You can see these screws marks. See that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I took auto body in high school. And I remember if you had a ding like that, you use this thing that had a long pole to it and a weight and a screw on the end, and you drill a hole in the metal and you screw that thing in, and then you use this weight thing and you smack it backwards towards you, and as it hits the back, it pulls that metal out. And that's kind of what that looks like. That's remnants of. That's not a big deal. That'll be fine, smooth over. I mean, you can see the line is pretty darn straight, and you just run you a little line of Bondo right there and smooth that out. That'll be fine. I did also get this. This is a grinder sander conversion kit. It comes with 2 of these pads, these 50 grit pads. See that? 50 grit. And this disc that attaches. And it looks like it's small enough to fit my Makita